Yeah, it was super fun. Nightfall is amazing. It is absolutely wonderful. Thoroughly enjoy. Yeah, that was rad. Um, why? I didn't know anything that was going on. Eh. Hey, he's choosing to get married. That's it. It's on him. It's totally on him. All right. Yeah, that was rad as hell. That was super fun. The beer came out fantastic.
Yeah.
The coriander beer is gonna be awesome.
Oh, is Coriander the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so cool.
So super rad. And we did something else too. Oh, Cathris actually got voted as the next beer.
No way, are you gonna have Chris on the show?
Yeah.
Cool. That's exciting.
Yeah, so super cool.
Man, it's been forever since we've been here. Since we've been here.
Weird, right?
Yeah. It's been like a month.
Yes. Yes, it has.
Maybe more than that. Just over a month, huh?
Since PAX, so right? Yeah, I think since PAX.
Hmm.
What is going on?
What is going on?
I'm so hungry right now. It's ridiculous. Super hungry.
Did you not eat?
Well, I didn't have a chance today. Like it was
That's
ridiculous.
fair.
Like we were going. I mean, I got to the office at what 10-ish, 10:30, or 10:30, I think. And then it was just like boom, 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 boom.
You
six.
should just grab a snack on Tuesdays since
Yeah,
those are
you're
gonna be your
right.
late days. Cause like it's stocked.
Yeah, no, I just never think about it.
Grab a Builder's bar.
Because we're literally going. Like we're not stopping for much.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you always get in by what 11?
Yeah, I'd try
10:30?
to. 10:30. I'll need to really be there. Just set everything up.
Unmuting us.
I hate that Eric guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah,
What a dick.
Scandalous.
We still have, just going straight back into that conversation with you guys. We have on our fridge where I have the menu for the week. I haven't changed it. It still says all the places that we took you.
Oh, rad.
It's called the Patillos.
I love that.
A little arrow to it that said "Are the best," Eric B, and then Lennon crossed something out and said "sucks." It's just become this like little thing where everyone that stays is like kind of signing it off. Or
Nice. I love it.
That's amazing.
So our chat right now is saying, "Hey, where's Rick? Where's Rick?" So all of our old schoolers, Rick is getting married tomorrow. So he is currently probably sweating somewhere
Rick's
in New
getting
York.
married.
What?
Where is he? He said he's flying
Yeah,
to somewhere.
He's flying. Did he say New York?
I think New York. He said he was going to New York City or something. So
So
Yeah.
everyone crashed his wedding in New York.
there you go. Track him down.
The one wedding in New York.
I was gonna say, just pick one. Just pick one and hope it's Rick's.
Yeah,
Right?
go to one of them. So anyway, if you're watching our stream below us, that's Alyssa. She's awesome. And to our left, over there, is Eric. He's our badass DM. So thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, and we're playing without Rick. So if you're wondering who Rick is our fifth. I forget. I just saw 4 screens, but he's our 5th player.
Yes.
Well,
Well,
maybe
yeah.
we're the 5th player.
Hey, Jack and Katie, I'm coming to Austin in January.
What the fuck?
Why so long away?
I'm sorry.
I think you've literally only been here one other time, and like, oh, you're coming back. It's like, why is it taking?
Why is it taking you so long?
Any reason?
I'm gonna see Bon Iver.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm super excited.
Hey, I'll tell you what. One of my favorite bands of all time, Walk the Moon, is coming to Austin in February. So
No way.
Sorry.
That's Sherry.
Sorry.
That's Katie's sister,
Well,
Sherry.
now I'm
I know,
sweaty.
she played with us
Hi.
before.
Yeah, Sherry played with us before.
She did.
It's good to see you.
This is you too. You remember Alyssa? Sorry, yes.
Yeah, sorry. Do you need anything? Because I'm going to be watching a movie with my new friends and I want to go with you.
Can I text you if I do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Thanks.
Sherry's gonna steal all of our bandwidth.
No.
Nice.
All of our ice cream. All right.
You
Wait.
ate on the ice cream?
The Rocky Road.
Not the vanilla.
Ice cream and bandwidth. Wow. That's rough.
All bandwidth and Rocky Road.
No, thank you. Thank you for
Do you need
asking
anything,
that.
Jack?
I'm good, thank you.
Sweet. Bye, guys. Thank
Bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye. All right.
Yeah, I
so
want some ice
Am
cream.
Am I quiet?
No.
No, you sound okay. Now you sound okay. Like when you first started, it was real quiet, but I don't know.
If you need somewhere to stay in January, let us know. I know a house.
Go to a bunch of hotels.
Yeah.
There's a house. There's a house in Austin.
There's a house in Austin.
Katie's house in the middle of the street. Okay, I'm done.
Is that an
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that's is that the Australian band? No, it's the Veranda one.
Is it? Who is it?
No, it's Madness.
Yeah.
It's a British punk band.
But what's the Veranda one?
The what?
The what?
The Veranda one?
Now I'm just singing.
Is it Men at Work? Are you talking Men at Work?
No.
No.
It's not Crowded House. It's
Our house.
That's
Our house.
Midnight Oil. One of them. Anyway, I just
It's
on the gum trees with lots of plum trees. A sheep or two and a kangaroo. A clothesline out the back, veranda out the front, and an old rocking chair.
you can sing me whenever you want.
Yeah, I made us a little brighter. No, Madness.
Wow.
One step beyond.
Oh yeah, it is. Madness.
Yeah, Madness. They sing "Our House in the Middle of a Street."
That one I know.
They also.
You put on a British accent just then.
You
Well,
did.
'cause they're
You
British.
totally did.
You sang it just like that.
Well, that's what you do.
I know, that's what you do.
Big Grumble, thank you very much. I want to say Big Grumble's
Somebody
very
else.
much. Please donate to Extra Life instead of bits tonight, though. Oh, he's putting all my faces in the cup.
Oh, the face.
And I missed it.
That was Big Grumble. Big
Oh.
Grumble's kicking ass.
No, oh yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Wait, what am I doing?
all right.
Everyone else is quiet. That's me because I have your Elgato turned down. Now you should all sound normal volume.
Oh yay.
Oh.
So
Okay.
should we introduce our characters? And
Yeah, let's. Yeah, I think you should introduce your characters. It's been a little bit.
All right, so I'm Archimedes. I am a high elf. I kind of came from a sort of pomp and circumstance when I was younger, and now I'm slowly finding myself after being part of a two-headed elf mutant
collaboration
with
conglomerate.
Hyacinth, who is a wood elf. I'm slowly taking on more wood elfy traits, and I'm finding myself more attuned and friendly with aminals. I have a lion named Leon and a dire wolf named Shadow, and I'm friends with Chester, the pirate, pirate. Anyway, yes, I'm a warlock. I find myself Big Grumble. Oh my god! Thank you very much, Big Grumble. Thank you for that. Sorry. Anyway, and sorry. So yeah, and so now I'm a wizard. I throw fireballs, and that's it.
And potties.
And I have a sweet cape.
You do have a sweet cake with some sweet stars on it. I play Hyacinth O'Ceridian. She is a wood elf.
Did you forget your name?
No, that's how I talk.
What, are you Australian or something?
O'Ceridian.
She totally forgot.
She totally forgot.
That's why it's like O'Ceridian. Anyway, this is how I speak. Why is it on me suddenly? Yeah, she's a wood elf. Like Jack mentioned, Archimedes and I were shared one body at one point. I have a really cool wand and a really awesome castle, and a donkey named Rhea. But on our current adventures, she is holding down the fort in a castle kingdom place right now, with King Fizzgig. And I don't think that's anything else. I have really long hair, very long hair. I've never cut it before because I don't really want to. I don't know. I actually haven't really discovered what that's about yet. I just know I don't ever want to have cut it. So that's me.
Cool. Hi. So I am a half-elf monk named Ruki. She is she's also a Dhampir. She's basically turning into a vampire. She has like little things that pop out, and she's claws. No light sensitivity yet, though. And she has a little familiar named Helob, who is a pirate. I can't even say that. Pirate spider. Spirate. And this is Helob. And yeah, so we basically just flip around everywhere. We lie a lot about petty things. I guess I was a germaphobe, but I'm trying to figure that out because I had some shit happen to me when we were in Ravenloft. Yeah, covered in blood at one point. So just trying to figure myself out. But yeah. So yeah, that's Ruki, and this is Eric. Wait, is he above me? Yeah.
Up and to your left, right.
Oh wait, it may
The
go in
other
the
left.
opposite direction.
There you go.
There you go.
So, we last left off.
Eric's our DM, by the way.
Oh yeah, that one of those guys. But we last left off. You guys had been sailing on the high seas, heading for the Isle of Dread, and while taking this pleasure cruise, you guys stumbled upon a roaming pirate ship, and after being attacked, the pirate who ran that ship dubbed Ruki the new leader and captain. Have you come up with a name for your ship yet, Ruki?
We went through a few different things, right?
Yeah, we went through a bunch of
I think,
options.
Cursed Curse?
It was originally called the Cursed Curse
Okay.
Yeah.
when Captain Maul had command of the ship.
Oh yeah, I wanted to talk to you about some things, Eric, but we can go over that later after this.
Good call.
Thanks.
It's not like I was at the office all day today, but
What happened? Oh yeah.
Oops.
Anyway, we're here now. Carry on.
So, your nameless ship is sailing down the coast of the island, and your last sort of adventure on the high seas was a maelstrom that was caused by King Hecaton, where you were attacked at first by merfolk that sprung out of the water. But after that was all said and done, King Hecaton arose out of the depths of the sea, and before you is a giant, a storm giant, as some would say, and Briddick had slid in as King Hecaton said, "Who are you?" And as Briddick slides in, he said, "Oh, don't worry, guys, I got this." And he looks up at Hecaton and just passes out. You see him faint.
And we just look at him and we're like,
Typical Briddick.
just let you lie there. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some water and try to splash it on his face.
Does he always do that?
Not terribly often.
And it's pretty normal. He does it, once or twice a day.
I have that effect on people.
Hey, Chester, can you keep an eye on Briddick down there?
What? Why is it my job to keep an eye on that fool? Are you kidding me?
Because you can see a lot of different things at all times, maybe. Someone just anonymously donated $50 to Extra Life.
Fine, I'll keep an eye on him. It's great. But whatever, we'll put him down below deck or do something with him. God, he freaking
All right.
stinks. What the hell did he have for breakfast?
Rookie, can you get maybe some of your skeleton friends to drag him below deck and tuck him in?
Oh, I got it. Don't worry. I'll do all the work. You just, command me
Look,
around like a freaking
Chester.
parrot.
you'd a parrot man,
Make up your mind.
parrot dog, parrot.
What? You call me a dog now? What am I to you? What? I'm some dog? Don't you ever classify me as a dog? I'll be very pissed.
I'm sorry.
You
Thank
should
you,
be.
Chester.
Fine. And you see Chester land on Briddick and start to pull on his collar with his beak, but then is not moving. Briddick is obviously not moving anywheres, but 4 skeletons come up from below deck and pull Briddick down below deck. And as he's going down below deck, you just hear his head knock, 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 as he goes down the stairs.
So maybe that'll knock some sense into him.
Oh, where's the air horn?
Yeah.
I have an app for this.
Yeah.
Every time his head hits a stair, I'm just like, I wince a little.
So, little ones, what are you doing here, and why do you have skeletons on your ship? I'm quite interested.
You know, it is quite the story. We've seen quite a few unsettling things on these waters, but at this point we're just trying to find our way.
Your way to where?
Shit, what was the name of it?
The Isle of Dread.
Thank you.
Why would you ever want to go there?
We're on a mission.
From
A
who?
very important mission.
For what?
I don't know if I can trust you.
Yeah, we just met you. We're not supposed to talk to strangers.
Young lady, I am the king of all storm giants and all giants in general.
Yeah, guys,
I
this is
believe
too
you could tell me why you are on this.
We need to see some identification just to confirm.
And you see him raise his hand in the air and thrusts a lightning bolt out of the sky and blows your crow's nest off the top of your ship.
I think that proves something.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah. Yeah,
Listen.
So
The ordning has been restored by you little ones, and I am now inclined to help you. Don't anger me anymore.
We're new to this. Not to put ourselves in a vulnerable position, but we aren't pirates and we certainly aren't sailors, so forgive us.
So
for
why
being
you're
cautious.
not pirates, you're not sailors, but you have a ship.
you gotta
That's a
learn
very
sometime.
long story.
I don't know, but I'm a pirate.
Yeah. I was born to be this. This is me.
That might be true. I was born to be rooted to the ground, not to the seas. Though I have a very healthy respect for the ocean and the winds and the water. But we are on a mission from our king, King Fizzgig. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him.
Yes, he's a character, to say the least.
Exactly, you do know him.
You know Fizzgig.
Exactly right. We're looking for something of grave importance that, if we don't find, may fall into the hands of somebody without noble intentions, and we have to collect it to bring it back to keep it safe.
Also, Mogwai Hunter just donated $10. Thank you, Mogwai Hunter.
Yeah, my boy.
Thank you.
So how can I be of assistance to you?
So we've been fighting some terrible storms, and I think we'd rather just get there as soon as possible. So, you know, we do want to learn how to sail, but since we're on a time crunch, maybe now's not the time to dilly-dally. If that makes any sense.
Mhm.
So if you could help us get there, that would be amazing. And I'm not entirely sure what we could provide for you as compensation.
You think you could give me something that I don't have? That's impressive.
How about this? I bet you don't have one of these, and I hold out one of the pieces from my dice set as the friendship token, and I say, I bet you don't have one of these. Could we consider this a partnership now?
Huh. Well, I could be interesting. I could be so moved.
Okay, and I hold it up. It's like this little speck to him.
Yeah, he has it balancing on his pinky, and he's like looking at him. Quite interesting.
It's a friendship token.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
It means quite a bit.
Right. Well.
I was very Australian.
Right. So what we're going to do here on the high seas is
So we just had real quick. We just had a big donation from someone named Jack and Katie at $1,337.
What? That's
Very
rad.
much.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Thank you
I don't know
so
if it
much.
popped- if it popped up or not, but that was for all the wardens and everything for the hashtag charity stuff we did earlier this month. And you guys are all badass. So thank you very much. Don't want to jump out of the way. Or jump out of the way of people. but there you go.
Exactly how much advantage does that give us?
Well,
2,
yeah.
maybe 3.
It's like
Can
that's
we
like
all have ships except for Rick.
yeah. Everybody gets a ship now. Hecaton just became Oprah. You get a ship, and you get a ship.
Anyways, I just want to say again, thank you very much all the wardens who donated during our the charity stuff. You guys were incredible, and we wanted to throw our bit in there, so just to help on top of that. So for the people who may have missed the hashtag charity stuff, we got you covered. Don't worry, we're on top of that. So thank you everyone. Okay, sorry. Back to the game.
Back to the game.
Tiny dice. Tiny dice.
Tiny
Tiny die. Oop. So, Hecaton leans down and he says, "I believe I can help." And you see him you see his cheeks just start to blow up so they look ginormous. It looks like a giant squirrel. And you see him just exhale, and wind blows with such ferocity that, Ruki, you can barely keep your hands on the helm.
Okay.
The boat is turning and driving now inland. You see the front of the boat come out of the water and a wake form behind the boat. This is basically, Hecaton has now essentially turned your sailing ship into a power boat as it's cruising now through the open sea towards the mainland. And
We're all holding on. My shirts are tight.
I had $1 for every time I said
Isn't there
that.
supposed to be a pattern on the front? Is it inside out?
You're wearing your shirt backwards.
I've been wearing this shirt all night.
Katie had her shirt on backwards.
amazing.
There's dinner in this shirt.
And nobody told you? That's
No
good.
one
I
said anything.
didn't notice. Spin around there. There you go. There's the pattern.
That's amazing.
I did it.
I love that. Even better is that there's an actual pattern on the shirt.
It wasn't just an accident of just not noticing. Jesus.
That's amazing. Like, it'd be so different had it just been like gray and gray.
Right. Yep. Right off my Austin Pencil Live shirt. Anyway, so we have a power boat.
So, as your boat starts to take off, you hear from Hecaton and says, "Enjoy the rides, little ones. Maybe we'll meet again."
So any
And-
way we could fashion like a rope and some skis to put behind the boat?
If you roll me a survival check,
No,
And-
no, I'm going to pass.
I
Please
will.
do.
You can.
Please do.
You have the ability to use advantage on this, or one of your advantages.
Sure, why not? Let's get stupid. All right. Survival.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm +3 survival. Okay, here we go. I'll use an advantage as well, just in case. Oh, that's a 16. And then here, let me roll the other one. That's a 17.
Okay. How do you fashion the? You find rope easily on the deck, but how are you fashioning these skis?
I find some loose planks of wood, perhaps from some of the barrels around and stuff, and lash them to my feet. And yeah, basically like find a good maybe 4 to 5 foot long poles, get kind of in the middle, lash them to my feet,
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of roll off the back of the boat, holding onto the rope.
Like a scuba diver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then hitting the water.
Okay, so as you fall off the back, and you fall off as you tie the rope to the back end of behind Ruki's helm. You fall off, and you fall almost 40 feet down as the rope just bungees as you come to the water.
I have the boots too, the water walking boots. So, yeah, I'll never.
There you go.
So that's good.
So as you slam into the water, you feel the rope tighten against your wrists as you hold on, and your boots clamp into the makeshift skis that you've made, and you are now floating through the water behind the ship, and you have the ability now to move back and forth and go up and over the wake if you so choose.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Fully sick cape too.
Yeah, my cape is flowing in the wind behind me, and I'm just kind of riding the wake back and forth.
I'm gonna run to the stern to make sure he's all right, and make sure that someone's holding on, someone's staying at the helm while I do this. And
God, okay, Captain, I will do your job for you. And you see the skeleton kind of walk up and just grab a hold of the helm, and he's driving, but the boat's going so fast. You see the helm rip to the right, and one of his arms breaks out of his socket. So you see him just piloting the helm with one hand, and you see his other arm just kind of flailing, still gripping the helm. Okay. I've got it, Captain, or half of it.
I run to the stern and I yell, Archimedes, are you okay? And I peer down and try to look for him.
And you see him behind the boat, making Archimedes. What are you doing in the water at this point?
Right now, I'm just kind of like, getting my feet on the water, kind of getting used to it. I'm like, okay, cool. I feel like I'm getting pretty confident now. Like I feel like when I was younger, maybe I was around water growing up, and so I'm kind of comfortable around water. But it's been a long, long time since I've kind of been reckless and done anything like this.
Sure. So Ruki, you see Archimedes kind of trying to get his footing, so to speak, on the water as he's moving in and out of the wake behind your ship.
I'm going to take off my hat and just start waving it in excitement and yelling and jumping up and down because I'm just so excited to see this.
What do I have to roll for a sick trick?
You can roll acrobatics if you want to do something.
I'll roll an acrobatics with advantage, just in case. I don't want to eat shit. All right, here we go. Oh! Hell yeah! What do I do in the water, sir?
What did you roll? That didn't actually show up.
It's not showing for me.
I got a nat 20 on my end.
What?
Did you really?
Yeah, you can watch the stream.
Okay, I'm gonna watch the stream. Oh yeah, there it is.
So what are you trying to pull off?
What? Maybe like I hit the wake and do like a kind of maybe a double flip and land on the other end.
Mm-hmm.
Like something that's really like
you spin, how they spin.
Yeah,
Not like you're flipping, but like spinning.
Yeah, I'm like holding on with one hand and it's like whipping behind like a helicopter or something.
Okay, so you take grip of the rope that's holding you onto the boat, and you slide all the way to the right, out past the right side of the ship. So you have gone across the wake and are almost parallel to the ship now, and the rope is there with you, and you make a sharp curve in and head directly back at the wake, heading for it straight on. And as you come up, you see your skis lift up off of the wake, and you pull off a backflip, another backflip, and then it turns into a 360, then a 720, and as you start to fall back down, and as you're falling back down into the water, you notice a fin come out of the water that very much reminds you of a shark fin. And as you slide down, you see the body of a shark emerge from underneath you. But you slide down and you hit the water, but you also run down the back of the shark.
And he's parallel with me, like we're both going the same direction now.
Yeah. Now you're both going into the same direction.
Is there could I cast an animal, or could I throw animal handling and maybe see if I can talk to it while I'm riding next to it?
Sure, but you also see another shark come up now on the other side of you. So you have two fins on each side of you.
What would I have to throw to be able to have the sharks go side by side and me put my feet on them, and then I'm like skiing on the sharks?
I don't know. Roll the dice.
Oh God.
This will be first. If you want animal handling, you can, but you can also do an acrobatics just to do the trick, not knowing what'll happen if you do so.
My animal handling is better. Wait, I thought I had to speak to animals or something. No, damn it. All right, I'm gonna throw an animal handling and see if maybe I can talk to them and see if they want to get in some sick moves. All right. Oh, that's a 7.
Oh no.
What is it?
That was a 7. Is what I threw there.
Okay.
So
So
hopefully they won't eat me.
as you try to start communicating with these sharks, but you see their heads come out of the water and they start to look back at you, and then
Sharks have necks.
they do now.
It's like a Batman look where they're
Yeah,
just like
they're not actually moving really close. They're just kind of rotating their head, I should have said.
Okay.
So they're closing in, and they're closing the gap on you now. So you can almost feel their skin and fins coming to hit you.
All right. Do we see any land nearby? Or are we getting close? Or are we still way out in the ocean?
You're still way out in the ocean.
Okay.
But as this happens, you see a rope come up that's been tied to the back fins of these two sharks.
Oh god.
And
Wait.
yes,
So there's a rope tied to
each
the fin of the shark.
Yep, each fin has a rope. The back tail, I should say, has a rope tied onto it, and it's going back away from the sharks in a V formation. And from the water, you start to see a head emerge out of the water, and it looks like a fish head, essentially, that's emerging, but on a humanoid body. As you now see shoulders that are emerging out of the water.
It's like something from SpongeBob, right?
All right. Yeah. I kind of drift to one side or the other so I can let this thing start rising up sort of next to me, and I'm looking over at it.
Yep. Keep going.
And so as it's popping up, I'm like, waves are pretty good today, bud.
So right now, this creature is behind you, as the two sharks are parallel to you.
Oh, okay. So he's behind me. Okay.
Yep. But you can still do that. You can look behind you and do that.
Okay. Yeah, I look back and I'm like, the waves are good today. How you feeling?
And you see the rest of this creature's body surface, and it is a beast. Not only does it have 2 arms and a spear, a trident in one arm, it has 2 more arms underneath. Kind of think of Goro, in a sense.
Yeah.
Coming out of the water with a fish head in front of you.
Fish Goro. Does he seem, or does he or she or it seem perturbed by me, or amused, or upset?
It looks at you with such ferocity and rage that you can instantly tell that this creature is about to attack you.
Huh.
Well, that was short-lived.
He's really harsh on my mellow.
Hyacinth,
Okay.
what are you doing on the boat, Hyacinth?
The last thing I was doing was waving, excuse me, at the god. I have very healthy respect for authority. and I watched Rookie run away to the edge, and I'm watching the skeleton dude steering. And I think for a while I was just thinking, like I was just kind of so taken by the power of the ship and how fast we were moving, and just that I'm not in Kansas anymore. Not in the woods, you know, like I'm not on ground. I'm in this crazy, not crazy, but in this very fierce and strong and independent water that seems to have a mind of its own. So I've kind of been in that trance. So I haven't. Has Rookie said anything to alert me that something might be wrong?
Not yet. You've seen her flashing her hat, yelling at Archimedes, but she hasn't screamed anything yet about these sharks and this beast that is in tow.
Then I think I'm still kind of in this weird, like, sort of awe.
Okay.
I'm just sort of stuck, kind of just in the moment, just sort of, I don't know, awe. I feel like in awe. So until Rookie alerts me that there's something wrong, I'm just gonna stay there.
All right. And Rookie, you now see these two sharks run parallel, and this beast run parallel to Archimedes, and this beast being pulled behind him, essentially on his own set of skis,
Okay.
with
So,
trident in hand, 4 giant arms outstretched, and he's looking like he's going to throw this trident at the back of Archimedes.
at the back of her. Okay. And so he is right behind Archimedes.
He's about 10 feet behind him, being pulled by 2 sharks.
He wants to make that very clear, being pulled by 2 sharks.
Yeah, I'm essentially thinking the pod races in Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay, what I want to do then is right above. So firstly, I'm going to yell, "Behind you, Archimedes! Behind you!" And I'm going to look up and cast a minor illusion of a huge face of King Hecaton right above this guy,
Okay.
to try to see if it will distract him.
Sure. You start to see him swipe at it with his trident, but it definitely distracts him as he's swiping. Archimedes, you notice that this beast is swiping back and forth at thin air, at this illusion that Rookie has now created.
All right. I take this moment, like this second of distraction, to like really lunge into the water and try to cut back towards the boat, like basically whip myself out
Okay.
almost in front of the boat, and then slip back and like drift in and see if I can actually latch onto the side.
Okay.
Start working my way back up the boat.
Okay. Roll me a survival.
You and your survivals. That is a 13.
A 13. Okay. So at this point, you're able to you tug on the rope, which brings your skis with such force that you hop over the outer shark that's surrounding you. And you're now almost running parallel to the ship.
Okay.
And you see the beast behind you chuck his trident at you.
Uh-oh.
Does a 19 hit?
Yeah. A little bit.
Well,
Little bits.
You take 9 points of damage as this trident flies at you, but it doesn't hit your body. It just slices through your legs
Great.
and just cuts your legs up.
I got 2 of those.
I thought you were going to say cuts his legs off, and I was like, what?
No.
Cyborg Archimedes.
Yeah.
I that hurts, but in response, I grab 2 stars
Mm-hmm.
off of my cloak
Ooh, good idea.
and I chuck them back, aiming at the rope connected to the backs of the sharks.
Oh,
See-
good call.
See, maybe I can like either dislodge the rope from him, like he can lose one of his rudders.
Yeah. 1 second.
So those are magic missiles.
Yep. Roll for damage. Roll me some damage.
It's was it 44? 44 plus ones.
Yep, +1 for each D4.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So we'll do this. All right. Well, here I'll do no. All right, okay, I'm gonna do 44, but then we're gonna add 1 to all of them.
That's perfect. Oh, there we go.
All right, so I have a 3, 2, 3, 2.
So you got
The 10.
10 total. All right, so
I grabbed 2 stars. Would I be throwing 8 of them total? Or?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So then I'll throw another 4, and then
Another 12. So 22 points of damage. How many of those are going after the ropes, and how many do you want to hit this creature instead?
They're all going for the ropes.
Okay.
Basically, I'm trying to, I'm casting. I'm just trying to dislodge that rope to maybe throw him off, or whatever little chariot he has, whatever the hell that thing is.
Are you going to try and do both ropes or just one?
Just no, both. So like 4 and 4 go for the 2 star or
Okay.
for the 2 ropes.
So as you turn around, you pluck these stars off of your cape, chuck them out, and you see them split into 8 missiles that rocket towards the sharks, and you see them instantly break apart the 2 ropes as and the sharks go flying out of control, and this creature just starts to slide into the water. But you can see him start to swim, and he is swimming almost as fast as you are traveling.
Fantastic. I start pulling on this rope, and hopefully I wave to Rookie to be like, pull the other way, and I'm starting to trying to get myself back to the boat.
Okay. And you see one of the sharks that got broken away circle back around towards him, and he grabs onto its dorsal fin.
This guy's awesome.
Yeah. Rookie, what are you up to?
I'm going to command the rest of the crew to start throwing any kind of loose shit off the boat at this guy.
Loose shit, Captain. Yes, we've got a lot.
And I'm going to direct 2 of them to help me. I say, help me pull Archimedes up onto the boat.
Aye, aye, Captain.
And then I start yelling heave to try to get it all coordinated. Heave.
Sure. Roll me some strength checks, and you'll have advantage because of the skeletons.
Okay.
When they're grabbing loose shit, can one of them start dragging Burdick up from below deck?
Absolutely.
It's like, no. Not that. Nice.
There's my second one. Okay. 13 and 10.
Okay. So you start to heave. All 3 of you start to heave over and just keep pulling back on this rope. Archimedes, you can feel your feet coming off of the water, and you're about 15 feet up off the water now.
Sweet.
Hyacinth, you do see all of the crew now running towards the stern with all different implements. You see they've got ropes, they've got cans, they've got cannonballs with no cannon. You do actually see 2 of them pulling Briddick back up the stairs and towards the back of the boat. He's still passed out. You see a couple running with spoons, giant spoons, metal spoons, all different pieces of the boat that they're just kind of... One has a lantern that you see him actually rip off the side of the boat and run towards the back.
To the 2 that I kind of look around sort of a little bewildered, but also on high alert. And I yell at the person at the stern, at the skeleton at the stern, and I say, stay on course. And then I run over.
All right. And you see him with his one arm just trying to hold the wheel in place while his other arm is still going back and forth between 11 and 1 o'clock.
Just keep doing what you're doing. Then as I'm running towards Ruki and the others pulling up Archimedes, I say to the skeletons, like, whoa, not him, leave him.
But we wanted to. He's not doing anything.
Well, he will eventually. Just give him a minute. Where's Chester? He's supposed to be looking after him. How did he let this happen?
What do you mean, Chester?
The parrot. Don't worry, just put him back.
Okay.
Thank you. And then I run over, and then I run to the edge, and I kind of look at, or like, I don't go to join the rope pulling, but I land next to Ruki where she's at sort of the edge pulling, and I like look at her, and I look at Archimedes 15 feet in the air, and the fish. What did you call him? Not fish golem. What's his fish gourd? What did you call him? Goro. Who's got the shark by the fin. And can I cast blindness?
You could absolutely cast blindness.
Okay, I want to do that.
Oh, okay. What do you need to roll?
I need to roll. I don't think I need advantage, right?
Oh, you might blind me.
I guess I roll with advantage if I can. No, I will use advantage. It's a second level, so what?
Yep, 1 sec. I gotta... trying to remember the actual...
You can blind or deafen a foe. Choose one creature that you can see within range to make a Constitution saving throw. If it fails, the target is either blinded or deafened. Your choice.
Hold on. So give me
the D20.
Yep. Give me no. I actually have to make the roll.
Maybe make a save against us, though, right?
Yeah, I have to make a save against Hyacinth. So Hyacinth, what is your spell DC? That's going to be 8 plus your int plus your proficiency bonus.
All right. You said 8 plus.
So 12 for proficiency. You said an int.
So 8 plus your intellect modifier.
Okay.
So 8 plus 3, so that's 11, and then initiative.
No, you said proficiency.
No, proficiency.
All right, so 3, and then your proficiency is 4.
Okay.
So 15.
You want?
That's frightening.
You want to blind him? So you now see him kind of like rubbing at his eyes with one hand while he's holding on to the fin of this shark that's pulling him, and he just can't seem to shake it. You see him kind of just almost clawing at his hands. He's so frustrated, or at his eyes. He's so frustrated.
I feel like really, really awful. I feel really bad that I did that because I'm actually kind of mad at Archimedes because he decided to jump off the ship 40 feet down into the water to ski when we were in open seas. And, there's all kinds of creatures around. He decided to just go set foot in on their turf. And now we have to, essentially, or maybe kill this creature when it's his fault that he pissed him off. So I'm like, I feel like really bad that I've just blinded this person, but I'm hoping that it's enough to get Archimedes off the side so I can slap him in the face.
So... You see him still kind of blinded, and he can't shake this pain, this frustration. So he's still riding on the back of this shark. Archimedes, you see him doing all this commotion. He's almost scraping his eyes now with at least 3 of his arms at this point, while one arm, because he has 4 arms, so 3 of his arms are kind of trying to almost. It's like he's got pepper in his eyes at this point.
I'm going to chuck a firebolt at him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I scream no. I'm like, no, just get up here.
I mean, like, I'm holding on one hand and I throw a firebolt, like, as I'm still going up, so. I don't know. that'll work or not.
Fireball.
No, it's fine. You can actually do that.
All right, I threw a 24 to hit. Gee, what did I throw? I threw a 17. Yeah, so 24 to hit,
Okay, you hit.
and then
Give me some damage.
I think 6.
And then 3.
Well, it says 6 plus 3. We got to work on this. All right, so it's 2d10, so 6 and 3, so 9.
Yep.
9 fire damage.
9 fire damage? Okay. So, as you're being hoisted up, you chuck a firebolt at him, and it hits directly into his palms that are ripping at his eyes at this point. You just hear him scream and become even more frustrated as he's riding through the waters.
I'm like
Ruki.
extra angry now.
Yeah. Ruki, you're
Yeah.
still pulling him up with your skeleton crew?
Yeah.
And you see him chucking. You've seen Hyacinth come to the stern, and then you see him kind of rubbing at his eyes in furious anger. And as you're pulling Archimedes up, you see him launch some fire at this creature.
Okay. And then is my crew throwing stuff at the guy still?
Yeah. They're you see them tossing stuff over, but they're going very slowly about it, and you just see nothing seems to be really connecting. But you do see a lot of your items just being tossed into the back of into the ocean. All these pieces of your ship are just getting heaved over.
Okay, so I yelled to the rest of the crew to finish the job of bringing Archimedes up, and I'm gonna start taking over of throwing stuff at this guy.
But Captain, and you
What?
see the one
Don't-
with the cannonball just drop it, and it crashes through the floor.
I say, do not make me repeat myself.
What did we do wrong?
One more word out of you, and that's gonna be you right through that floor.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go over and pick up the things that they were checking, and I'm just gonna start throwing it at this guy.
Okay. So you find some lanterns. You find some giant spoons. You find a couple swords that they've pulled up from down below. There's some rum barrels that they've found and some cannonballs. What do you want to use?
Okay. I put the rum barrels aside.
Okay.
I actually pop open one of them and I drink a little bit first.
Okay.
And and I pick up the cannonball, and I want to try to swing it with the momentum of my body as opposed to just pure strength.
Okay. First, roll me a strength check for the skeletons that pulling Archimedes up.
Okay. Do they have?
You can give them advantage. There's a lot of them. They'll get a +1 on their strength.
Okay, so this is whatever I roll is going to have 2 more onto it. So there's a 4, or there's a 16, and
Oh,
and that one. So the other one is a 16.
Yeah.
God.
So they heave. You see them start to heave Archimedes up even further. Archimedes, you get another 20 feet up towards the boat. You're about 10 feet away now, or excuse me, 15 feet away now from the top of the boat. But you start to notice arms hitting you on the top of the head. Just arms and hands of skeletons just falling onto you. And Ruki, you see several of your crew just losing their arms as they're trying to pull up Archimedes.
This is gross.
Um,
This is very gross.
Now roll a strength check for the cannonball. You wanted to throw it, right?
I do want to throw it, but I want to use the momentum of my body in order to throw it.
She
so,
wants
like-
to acrobatically throw it.
It's a thrown weapon. Okay, I'll give this one to you, but it better be spectacular.
Okay, here we go. The look on your face.
Oh,
Oh,
It's still a 20.
Yeah? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
Okay.
wanted to be Nat for a second there.
I know.
So you make a running start, and you start to do a 360, jump onto the rum barrel, and as you spin around on the rum barrel, you heave the cannonball at this creature in the water that's kind of scraping its eyes, and then it bashes onto it bashes it right on the head. And roll me a d12.
Right before she let go of it, I realized kind of, because I've been watching the Goro dude, I realized that she's let go of it. And I'm like, Rookie, no!
I got a 4.
Okay. And you just see him kind of as the cannonball lands on his head, you just see it kind of bounce off. He shakes it and takes the damage and just kind of scoffs his cannonball off.
I say, sorry, Hyacinth. It's just, what else are you gonna do?
I grab. Can I
Mm-hmm.
do a thing?
Yeah.
I grab the end of the rope.
Mm-hmm.
I grab the beginning of the rope, the part of the rope that's closest to the side, like as it goes over.
Mm-hmm.
And I get the skeletons behind me, and I stop pulling.
You're pulling on it too? Okay. So roll me a strength check with advantage.
Thank you. I have no strength.
Let me get your character up again.
Sorry.
All right, your strength is +3. So, oh, that's a 20.
Damn. Okay. So you start to
Plus
pull. You
Advantage.
you kind of slide into this crew of skeletons pulling the rope up, and as you do so, you smack one of them out of the way, take his spot, grab onto the rope that Archimedes is being pulled up on, and just start to you start yelling at words of encouragement to the skeletons, being very nice and cordial, but boastful about it. And you see Archimedes' head start to make its way up just above the railing on the stern of the ship.
Can I like with one hand I'm like holding her and then with the other hand grab him by the collar and try to like eventually he's gonna put his hands over and pull himself up, but for just like try to give him a little bit of a lift.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you actually could do that. And Archimedes, you feel this little lift as she pulls you up, your hands can grab onto the back of the boat.
And I'm like, Hyacinth.
What?
Did you see that crazy spin flip I did?
Is he over the rails yet?
Yeah.
Like is he on board the ship?
He's very close. He's lifted himself up. He's kind of just his hands are grasping the rail.
I grab him by the front of his stuff and I rip him overboard, assuming again that he's already like kind of putting his weight over.
Mm-hmm.
I like to imagine you grabbed his beard.
Yank that. And I like with the momentum of him lifting himself up, I like rip him backwards onto the deck of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And I get right up in his face and I stare at him. And are you breathing heavy or something?
I'm just like, that flip was so cool. Oh yeah, there's also a crazy fish monster behind us too.
What if he had a family? What if that crazy fish monster is actually just a normal, very gentle, creature, and you just went up in his hood and you just started stomping around?
And Ruki, as you hear Hyacinth yelling at Archimedes, you see the creature that's on the pirate ship. You see his hands go away from his eyes, and he launches into the air. And Hyacinth, you hear a crash that's right behind you. Archimedes, as you're looking up, you see this creature with 4 arms right behind Hyacinth as she's yelling at you. So continue with your yelling, Hyacinth.
Can I hear the crash and turn
Oh
around?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. So I hear the crash and I see Archimedes' face kind of change and I know what's happened. And I'm like, and I turn around knowing exactly what I'm gonna find, and this raging fish monster dude, person, and I just walk up to it. Not super close, because like it's to me a wild kind of creature.
It's about 2 feet behind you. It's right on top of you.
So it's right there. Okay,
Yeah.
so I just turn around then, and I'm like, I'm sorry that this monkey over here decided to leap off the ship and into your territory. We apologize deeply. We mean no harm. We wish to pass through these waters without disrupting anybody, anything. We're sorry.
I quickly look around and grab one of the rum casks,
Mhm.
and I put it up and I hold it out.
And I get to my feet and I start I call Shadow and Leon over to me.
Mm-hmm. Hyacinth, roll me a strength check.
Oh man,
Probably not a good sign.
no. But at least in my heart, I know I've tried.
Mm-hmm.
Strength.
Yep.
17.
So you see him reach out his hand and tries to grasp your head to pick you up, and he does so, and he starts to lift you up off the ground. But as you get about 3 feet off the ground, you slip right out of his grip.
How big is this dude?
About 12 feet tall.
Oh, Jesus. I didn't realize it was that big.
Yeah,
I was looking up the whole time, like, I'm sorry.
Hyacinth is just poking at his chest as he's talking.
Mm-hmm.
So he was aggressive.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you saw a murderous look in his belly button as he raised you up.
So as I fall,
Mm-hmm.
I drop and I do the superhero to one knee thing.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
where
okay.
And
Yeah.
I have my feet on the ground and I look up and I'm devastated and I just say, I'm so sorry. And then I let someone else try to kill him. I'm about to help murder this creature, but I'm desperately just looking right into this creature's eyes, and I'm just I am so sorry that it came to this. And then I've done my dues.
Can I sneak in an attack?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, as she's ducking before Rookie gets one in?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna chuck a firebolt over her head at this giant, and then as soon as that's done, I sick Leon and Shadow after him too.
Okay. Roll me to hit.
All right, that was a 14.
That misses.
Damn it. All right, and then what is it for the animals?
You're gonna get a D20 plus 3.
All right, so that's 10 for one of them
Nope.
and 14 for one of them.
So you chuck you look at this creature and you kind of push Hyacinth out of the way, chuck a firebolt, but somehow you magically miss an 11-foot tall creature that's directly in front of you as your firebolt goes around this creature and hits the rum barrel that Rookie's holding, and that ignites. But Rookie, the barrel itself has been fortified by the years that this liquor has been inside of it. So you now are holding just the remains of the one side of the barrel as the rest blew open, but outwards towards back towards Archimedes. And Archimedes, you see this flame rushing back at you around Goro, and it singes your beard a little. And you see Leon and Shadow come around, and they're like, whoop! And they back up as they see the fire coming.
Yeah, animals don't typically like fire. My bad, Rookie. You didn't want that, did you?
I say, what a waste, and I throw it down.
You're good.
I blew up a rum barrel.
Wait,
So,
is
Rookie,
it
what do you
my
do?
go?
Yeah, go for it. What do you see this barrel after you've thrown it down, and you just see Archimedes kind of singeing with heat.
Okay. So yeah, I throw it down and I say, what a waste. And is there another rum barrel sitting next to me?
Absolutely, you had a couple.
Okay. I'm going to pick that up and I'm going to tap on his shoulder or tap on his whatever his arm.
On this giant beast's arm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to unscrew the side of the barrel, and I'm just gonna drink it, and I'm gonna make eye contact with him the entire time.
And you see, as you tap on his arm, you see him turn around. And so you're just chugging this
I'm
this
just
barrel
chugging
down.
it.
And you start to see his eyes like get wider and wider the longer and longer you chug this rum down.
I'd like to finish it while we're making eye contact.
Prolonged eye contact.
Yeah.
Eye contact.
And you see him smash the barrel right from out of your hands. And then he punches you right in the face, and it definitely hits, I'm guessing, on a 21.
Oh no! I was going somewhere with this. Okay.
You ruined your bit.
You did ruin my bit.
Totally ruined the bit. You take 14 points of damage.
Whew.
And he picks up the second rum barrel and uncorks it and just puts the spout flowing out in front of you now.
What an asshole. And I say that, I'm gonna like kind of wipe the blood from my mouth. I'm like, you're an asshole.
And he still has the barrel.
I'm like hating every second of this because it only makes them seem more like we could have reasoned with them. Because I'm like, oh, this is a very not humanistic, but like a humanoid kind of interaction that's going on.
If you want to roll me a survival or a history check, you might be able to figure out what kind of creature this is.
Survival or history.
Is that Arcana?
No, it's not Arcana.
It's history.
Oh, you have a +7 history. Let's do this.
Oh,
Booyah!
no.
16.
Is that good?
It is good. You know that this is a Sawagan.
Sawagan?
Yep.
Like Sawagan?
Sawagan. But this is not just any Sawagan. It's a Swigan Baron. And these are vicious creatures that really are predators of the sea.
Oh. So I've got a little insight now that I can be. So basically, did I just figure out that if we destroy this Swagan, that it may actually be a benefit for the sea community?
Yes.
Okay.
Because these creatures focus on raiding
Oh, they're sea
sailors.
pirates.
Yeah,
Oh.
essentially they're fish sea pirates.
Gotta get rid of that invasive species, am I right?
Yeah, devils of the deep, as they are so coined.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Well, this changes things.
Who's up?
It's me, I think.
Arc-
Oh, wait,
Arc-
is
yeah,
that my turn?
Well, you could still do some other stuff on your turn if you want to. That was just
Then
a check.
If possible, I would like to fire a scorching ray. So the last thing that I did, I think Jack kind of pushed me aside, or rather, like came in front of me to do his little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I stand up and I like kind of dust myself off like and then I'm hit with that kind of information. I do a little soul searching, and that's probably not the right word. And I figure out that thing. So I'm like, well, I have new things to defend, and it's not you. So I use Scorching Ray.
What level are you casting this at?
Just second. Yeah, second.
Okay, second.
Oh,
So
wait. So it says when you cast a spell using a spell slot of 3rd level or higher. So I can use it for other levels?
yep, you can use it on any. If you have a spell slot that's higher than your 2nd level, you can cast a lower level at a higher level spell throughout higher level spell slot, and it'll do extra damage.
Oh, can I do it from 4th?
Sure.
Okay.
So you're gonna cast 5 rays at this point, which are each 2d6. So you're gonna roll 10d6.
All right. So, all right. 10d6. Here we go.
Please be good.
42.
Does that hit?
Yeah. Well, sorry. 42. Sorry. Roll me a d20.
Oh God, I hope it hits. 17.
Yes, that absolutely hits.
That was without a modifier, so it's probably at least a 3 on there.
Yep.
So
It's going to be your in score plus your proficiency.
yeah. So that was like a 23 or 4 then.
Mm-hmm. So Hyacinth, you push Archimedes out of the way. Is that what you said you wanted to do?
No, I mean, he was already out of the way, I think. So I
Yep.
just step up. Like, I just kind of get up, brush myself off, and just go straight to stand where the creature with a baron sway again can see me.
The wagon, yes.
Wagon. It's mnemonic stuff, right? That's how you remember things. Anyway, and I cast the spell. I'm like, I have a new enemy, and it's you. All right, no, I have new people to protect, and it's not you. I don't know.
Make a good,
Yeah.
a good 80s villain.
You fill in the color.
So as you do so, you step in front of this creature, and your arms just shoot out. It's like rockets, these rays, and you see these 5 rays, and you make a circle pattern, almost an infinity pattern with your rays on the stomach of this baron, and you just see him explode from the torso out. And now all you have is fish guts raining all over you, Archimedes, and Ruki, and some of the skeletons, but the skeletons don't seem to mind.
So, is it dead?
Oh yeah.
You just blew a hole through its stomach and its guts went everywhere.
Steps and dragons. It can be a witch fish pirate thing.
Oh God.
So,
Hi.
am I covered in fish guts? Did you say so?
Oh yeah, everybody is at this point.
Okay.
You
so
were so close that it just blew a hole right in them.
Just dripping fish guts.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna be as dignified as I can possibly be, and I exhale and I turn around and I look Archimedes in the eyes, and I just say, I didn't need this on my conscience. But also that was a bad dude, so whatever. And then I just walk away. And I walk to the helm where the poor skeleton is still trying to steer it. That's all I got.
And you at that point, Archimedes, you see Chester hop up out from below deck, and he has this he has a couple pieces of intestine hanging on him. He's like, so what did I miss?
You don't like fish, do you?
It depends on the day.
Well, we have some leftovers if you're hungry.
Uh-huh. Right.
Also, Hyacinth blew somebody up.
What?
They deserved it.
Hyacinth,
Chester.
I'm very... what is going on here? This is
Chester.
screwing with everything I know about you.
Chester, you missed this amazing. I was skiing behind the boat. I did this backflip spin thing. It was incredible.
Rookie,
Rookie
you let
dog.
this happen? I mean, I'm not telling you how to run your ship, but if you let these vandals just jump off the back and ski all over the place, whatever that means, you know...
So he's talking to me, but I'm both very intoxicated, and I'm also looking down at my fish covered hands right now, and I'm basically having a panic attack. I'm breathing heavily. I'm just staring. I can't speak. I can't comprehend what's going on, and I'm just shaking violently.
Can I see this, like, as Chester's talking to her and, like, kind of accusatory?
Yeah, and you just see Chester just hopping along the deck, getting closer and closer to Ruki as he's yelling about, you know, how she should run her ship.
So as I see that and I see Ruki kind of just staring at her hands, I sort of run back and find some like water, fresh water from somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
and go over and just start pouring water on her hands and like her arms and just kind of like just sort of cleaning her off a little bit.
So, Ruki, as Hyacinth is doing this to you, the remains of the fish gut, the scent of the blood, is getting into your nostrils. So you start to feel your teeth just almost involuntarily come out. And Hyacinth, you notice this. You notice Ruki, even though she's getting clean, you notice her fangs are starting to come out.
Does that bother you?
If you look into my eyes, I look like I'm staring off into the distance. Like I just can't hear you whatsoever. And as my fangs start to come out, I feel the sudden urge to. I feel the sudden anger start to well up inside of me.
So while I'm pouring, or like kind of like splashing this water on you to like rinse you off, I just start humming some kind of tune that I was that was sung to me when I was a little kid and I'd hurt myself, or just some kind of like reassuring tune that the elders would hum, or while they were busying themselves with things, I just start doing that while I kind of like rhythmically and methodically kind of just splash you with water and try to like rinse you off a little bit and wipe your face off and just sort of, just keep humming this tune.
Ruki, just roll me a either a wisdom or constitution, whatever you want to choose, a save.
Okay. We will not do constitution.
Did you make con your dump stat?
I got a 16.
Okay, so as you hear, even though you're almost blinded with rage at this point, you hear a voice, a humming coming through, which cracks this this blindness, and you can start to almost see again, and you feel your fangs start to retract just a little bit, and it's this soothing song. It almost starts to envelop you.
Okay. I'd like to have, when I was super angry, that I was so angry that my fists were clenched, and my nails had pierced through my hands because they had grown out. And so I now noticed like this warmth kind of running down my fingers. And I look up at Hyacinth and I say, "What happened? Where are we?" I'm just very confused.
Well, the sea monster was not a very good sea monster, so I destroyed it. It's gone now, and we're safe. And you just got a little distant and seemed really dirty. So I thought I would just help rinse you off.
What were you singing? What was that?
Just a tune from the folk where I came from. Something the elders would hum just when they were busying themselves about and just doing things, and it's just something that I use to calm myself down, or I remember where I came from.
I don't know if I'm fit to be captain.
I think that none of us really choose the responsibilities we're given, but I think we grow into them. And I think you're going to make a fine captain. You're born for this. This is who you're meant to be, Pirate Ruki. I think that you're going to do a great job.
And you Chester comes up and sits on your shoulder, Ruki, and he's like, "Yeah, what she said. It takes a little bit to get used to, but we'll get you into shape."
I look up at Hyacinth and I say, How did you know that it was okay to kill the creature? It doesn't seem like you. What happened?
What did I do, Eric? Like, what technically is that?
You would have known from your studies about this type of creature.
So when he finally came on deck and I got a better look at the creature, I don't know if it's a dude, but when the creature came on deck and I got a better look at it, I realized that I recognized it from something that I'd read a long time ago, and was not a good creature. In fact, I'm sure that we did the sea a favor by destroying it.
Are you okay after killing a creature like that? That must have been hard for you, I can only imagine.
Well, I didn't love it, but I feel like there are more creatures that I probably saved by doing something like that. So that's my burden to bear. And also, I don't know what I'd do if something happened to the three of you, wherever Xavier is right now, assuming they put him back. Burdick. Wait, his name is Burdick now, right? Burdick. Wherever Burdick is.
What would I do without you?
Character number 7.
I say, all right. Okay. We need to figure out our way to shore, and I need to bandage these up. If I may ask you to help me, then we can be on our way.
All right, the
Aye,
boat is
Captain.
still driving forward too, Ruki, with the one armed skeleton driving.
What is the
at
one-armed
the helm.
skeleton's name?
Jethro.
Jethro, like toe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I say, nice work, Jethro. Keep at it.
Thank you, Mom.
I like that guy.
Meanwhile, I'm just sitting down now next to Shadow and Leon, and I'm just picking out like this fish guts from like Shadow's hair and feeding them to Leon.
Yeah, and they're kind of cuddling into you. They're still whimpering a little because they're scared from the blast of the fire. But
So I'm just kind of
Pull a little ear
I'm soothing them
with fish guts.
and feeding them.
I just say, aye, Captain, and I go to find some bandages. Or some cloth or something.
mm-hmm. And you easily find bandages and cloths below deck that you would assume would work to
Can I make
cover
sure
up
that
Ruki.
Burdick is like somewhere semi-comfortable?
As you were running down the deck, you noticed that the skeletons left him on the stairs upside down. So his head is like laying off one of the steps of the stairwell, while his feet are still straight up going up the stairwell.
Does he seem safe?
He seems like he's sleeping.
So then I just jump over him and then
Okay.
continue on and then jump back over him.
Rick is gonna come back looking very blue and purple. He's gonna be like, what happened?
So I bring the bandages up to Ruki, and I assume that she's kind of like a bit. I've washed her hands with water, and I just tie bandages around them and tie them off on both her hands.
Mm-hmm.
And I just look at her and I say, "We need to do something about those nails."
What nails? I can't do anything about them. They just come out on their own.
Oh, I thought they were grown like all the time. Or
No,
do they
no,
just
no.
come out when you're angry?
I think I can just grow them out like my fangs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So they're okay. Never mind. Then I just didn't say that. Just eat that back up.
You're like, let's remove those fingernails.
Declawing your captain.
Yeah.
Okay, then I just tie her hands up and I say that all better. Now what do we do?
I say thank you. All right, let's get back to our stations and head to shore.
All right, and Ruki, you can you hear from the half blown away crow's nest. There's a skeleton. You just see kind of balancing on the mast that's left after Hecaton blew it up for your insolence and disrespect to him. But you see a skeleton up there, very much doing a crane pose on this beam, and he says, "Captain, land ho!"
I say, how far out?
I don't know, but look. And if
I'm gonna take out my eyepiece, my eyeglass.
yeah, and as you take out your spyglass,
Eyeglass, which is called.
you see that land. You see the shore in the distance. It's about a mile away, but it's because of the speed that the boat is going. It's coming up quickly.
Okay. Is there any? I yell to Chester. How do we slow this thing down?
Well, it's a sailboat. My guess would be, take down the sails.
But aren't we also moving with the water?
No, this is still the gust of wind that Hecaton is.
Oh, that's right.
blown
That's
out.
right. Okay.
I mean, I don't know, but that's just me. But do what you want to do.
All right. I say, take down the masts. Slow us down.
The mast? You want us to
Not the mast. The
whole
sails.
mast.
Excuse me. The
Cut
sails.
the sails. Cut the
Cut
sails.
the sails.
Fine. Okay, guys, take down the sails. Take down the sails. And you
I'm
start.
gonna walk over to Chester and kind of cuff him on the back of the head.
Hey! You said it, not me. Just saying. This is on you. I told you what to do.
All right, I'll accept that.
All right. Sails,
All right.
guys. And you see the skeletons start to make their way over, and they unlatch the rigging, and you just see the sails kind of flutter, or they start to roll the sails up, and the boat slows down until it's so that the bow of the boat is now in the water instead of up in a wheelie position.
Okay, and how far out are we from the land? At this
You're about a quarter mile.
And where are we on this map? Are we in the northwest?
Nope, you are now. You have been blown right to this portion of the coast where Tanaros is.
Okay. Do we see any place to dock the boat?
You don't see where you can dock the boat, but you do see that along the edge of the coast is very jagged and rough. You see shale that has been exposed out of the side of the coastline to form almost spikes and teeth. It looks like coming out of both the water and the coast.
How accessible is the island? Like, is there any way that we can pull up with like a little rowboat and try to get up onto the land?
Sure, you could try.
Does it look accessible though?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
I know we can try. But
If you can navigate your way through these fangs, you could probably get onto land and make your way inland.
Do we have a small rowboat that we can lower into the boat?
Yeah,
into the water.
This boat has 4 dinghies that are on the side of it.
Okay. I'm going to say let's try to get a little closer, and then we'll all not all of us, some of our crew will stay behind on the boat while we go ashore, and we'll take the little dinghies ashore.
Hey guys, she wants you to use the dinghies. All right.
I asked the crew. I said, "Crew, will you please lower the dinghies into the water?"
Anything for you, Captain. And you how many do you want lowered?
Let's do 2. And we'll take Briddick in one, and then 2 of us will go in the other. And then the rest of the crew will remain on the ship to make sure that, just to clean it up and make sure it's ready to go when we come back.
All right. And you see 4 of the skeletons go over to 2 dinghies on the port side of the boat and lower them into the ground, or into the water. Captain, should we have lowered you in the boat down first?
Aren't there rope ladders on the side?
Sure.
We can lower Briddick down carefully.
Too late.
I look down into the boat.
And you see both dinghies are at the bottom or on the water now.
Oh yeah, but we can take a rope and harness
Sure.
Briddick to it and lower him down very
Absolutely.
Or we can just throw him over.
He's not gonna last 40 feet.
That's true.
40 feet's not too bad. I mean, no, it's not 40. It's only like 20 feet, right? Because the 40 feet was when it was up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does anyone have Featherfall? We could just toss him over and cast Featherfall on him.
I think I do, actually. I fly. We can make him fly.
What is this, Peter Pan?
You're gonna
Welcome
hoverboard
to
him down.
Neverland.
Yeah, I say we throw him over. Well, I'm up on the boat. I'm like, you guys, whatever you want to do with him, I'm going down. Shadow, Leon, let's go. And then we all just dive off simultaneously, like the 3 of us together.
Okay. So you're actually gonna dive into the water, or are you gonna
Yeah.
fly into the water? Okay.
I'm gonna jump in with my lion and direwolf.
I don't think you understand how far 20 feet is.
It's far, but I mean, not insurvivable.
You can
Okay,
roll
so
me.
this is
You
what
can
we're
roll
gonna
me an
do.
acrobatics check as you do that, Archimedes.
All right.
I'm gonna start tying a rope around Riddick's feet.
Okay, so you start to tie this rope around him. What'd you get, Archimedes?
16.
Okay. So as you jump over and Leon and Shadow come to each side of you, and you all three simultaneously jump. Archimedes, you're about a foot ahead of them. This very much looks like the Voltron lions forming. As
Little triangle.
yeah, and you dive into the water, and as you dive, you go underneath the dinghies and come up out the other side, and are looking back at the boat now.
All right. Then I climb up on the ding. How far away are we from the land? I mean,
You're about, I'd say about 100 yards away.
okay. So I pull myself up onto the dinghy, and then I get Shadow and Leon to come over, and I kind of help them up too.
Okay, and they pop up onto the boat, and they're brilliantly cleaned, by the way. Now after your picking and then the water, they shake off and they hose you down with water from their fur. But-
I just look. I'm like, you can just throw Briddick if you want.
My thought is, so I've tied a rope onto his foot, and I say, I'm gonna throw him into the water, and then you just pull him up.
Okay.
All right. So I get some of the crew to help me, and we kind of just hoist him up and just kind of push him over the side.
Please tell me you do like a bungee rope thing where it's just his head goes underwater.
So wait, is anybody holding the other end of the rope?
Yeah, I tied it onto around one of the things.
The what? I got to know this. What did you tie it around?
Okay, so an actual mast, the mast.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be a cannon.
So
pole thing.
okay,
Yeah, I'm gonna tie it around that, and then
He's
I have
such
it
bad
around.
whiplash.
But I'm gonna. There's gonna be a lot of slack. He just has to hit the water. I just don't want him to sink all the way.
okay.
What do I have to roll to see if it gets caught on the way down?
Oh no, I'm rolling that.
Okay.
So, Rookie, you have had some of your skeletons tie one end of the rope around the mast, and you heave Briddick over the railing of the boat. And Archimedes, you see Briddick just like a fruit roll-up, kind of unwind from this rope and spiral down the ship's side. And you see, as he hits the water, you see him go parallel or vertical, and you just hear, you see his body cut through the water and slam back into the ship, and you just hear a thud as his body hits the ship, because the rope is still tied to the mast.
I take from the dinghy. Am I within arm's reach of him, or am I?
You see his body floating in the water. You're almost in arm's reach. You're about 5 feet away from him.
Okay, I grab one of the oars and I try to like pull it over. And if I hit him a little bit, I kind of like oops. And then then I reach in the water and I kind of drag his limp body into the dinghy with me.
Okay.
Let the bodies hit the floor. The bodies. No.
So you see Briddick's body as you pull him over with your oar. You just see him almost fanned out now. So his body is just splayed out, and it looks like 2 middle fingers are just floating in the water, back up at the boat's captain for some strange reason. But you do manage to pull him into the dinghy, and Shadow and Leon kind of go up and start licking him to clean him off a little.
And then I kind of like I row us away from the boat to give Rookie and Hyson some distance, if like however they want to get down.
I imagine Rick's gonna come back and be like, "What the hell did you guys do to me?"
He's gonna be bruised and battered. Probably have a concussion.
Probably.
Is it my turn?
Either you or Rookie can go at this. Whatever you want to do.
Well, I'm still kind of like feeling a bit weird
Mm-hmm.
about that sea creature, even though I know I did the right thing, or rather, not the right thing, but kind of my prerogative is that the universe. I could be mad at Archimedes, but maybe it was the goddess or whoever saying this needs dealing with, and so it kind of fell into my lap, so to speak, and I dealt with it. But I'm still feeling kind of weird about it because I don't like killing things, and so just like as a grounding technique.
Mm-hmm.
I cast water breathing on myself, and I dive off the ship.
Cool. Okay. Make me an acrobatics check.
Oh, God. Oh, thank gosh.
So you just run, and as you run, you cast water breathing on yourself, and you do several flips and then merge into a swan dive and hit the water gracefully, come back up, and as you come back up, you almost launch out of the water and just stand behind Archimedes on the dinghy.
Oh, she gets a mine. So we have one dinghy with nobody and one with three of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That looked pretty cool. You should try some water skiing sometime. It's a lot of fun.
I think mine was a little cooler than yours. Exacerbated. What is it? Are you saying 10 flips now? I heard it was only 3. How many flips was it?
It was a lot. Like at least 4.
That was cool. Oh, well. At least mine didn't need skis.
I was gonna mumble myself and keep petting Leon.
I'm just kind of like cranky, but just trying to like smell the seawater. I'm dripping wet.
Yeah, and you just hear Briddick just gargle out seawater out of his mouth.
I come out of my like little my little pity party, and I go over to Briddick, and I kind of turn him on his side and just start tending to him.
Rookie, you're still up on the boat as you see Hyacinth jump off and do this. What do you want to do?
I think monks have slow fall. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to I'm going to grab onto Helob, and I'm just going to just lightly. This is unlike me, but I'm just going to lightly jump onto the boat.
Okay.
That's empty.
The empty boat?
Yeah. And then I'm gonna look around, and I'm going to jump directly into the water off the dinghy to do a cannonball.
And both of you see this happen.
And then I'll get back into the empty boat and say, "All right, let's go. Enough of this fun."
Okay.
Okay, let's
go. Okay, so you start to. So it's 3 of you in one boat, and then Rookie in her boat. And you start to make your way towards these fangs that are coming out of the water. And you notice that the water is getting a little rockier as you get closer to these teeth sticking out of the wave, or out of all the sea. And Rookie, make me I'm going to say survival on this one.
Yikes. Okay. 13.
Okay. And Archimedes and Hyacinth, whoever wants to use their survival, you can. Or who's steering the ship and who's rowing?
I think I'm rowing.
Okay. And so Hyacinth, you're kind of guiding his rowing. So make me a survival.
So can I be kind of? Oh, I guess it depends on what I get for this.
All right, this is survival for Hyacinth.
Okay.
15.
So what did you want to say, Hyacinth?
I was gonna say that I was kind of like meditating, kind of like half kind of conscious of what I was doing, but half kind of meditating and
Mhm.
using sort of like whatever's going on in this, like, I don't know, it sounds silly, but like vibrations kind of coming off the rocks and just
Mhm.
sort of figuring out maybe where there are some things hidden, maybe not hidden, but, you know, kind of like areas that maybe we should avoid.
Sure, absolutely. And as you're doing that, you can kind of navigate Archimedes on which way to go. And I'll allow Ruki to have advantage on the roll that she just rolled.
Cool. Rad. Okay.
Don't fuck this up.
Dang it.
Okay. So Archimedes, you are roll me a strength check.
Hey, the username isn't required to donate $10 to Extra Life. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There you go.
Strength?
Yep.
Strength sucks. Oh, I'll take that.
Ooh.
What'd you get?
That was a 16.
All right. Ruki, roll me a strength check.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay, so Archimedes, you pull forward, and as you're rowing so hard, you look over and you see Ruki just falling behind as you start to pull in front of her. And you navigate out of the way of one of these fangs shooting up of stone shooting up out of the water. But as you do so, you see Ruki for trying to ferociously catch up to you, but the back of her ship hits the rock and it bounces off, and Ruki, you start to see a little bit of water coming in the boat. Not a lot just yet, but a little bit of water starting to
Just
fill
yet.
in the boat. So
Okay.
what do you want to do?
I'm gonna yell. Hey guys. I'm having a problem here.
What's wrong,
Is there
Captain?
anything that can potentially plug up a hole in my boat?
How big is the hole?
How big is?
It's only about a silver dollars in size.
So, like, you could shove someone's finger into it, probably?
Maybe 2 fingers.
Rookie, I have an idea.
It's about a
What's that?
2 to 3 inch hole.
Okay.
Can I row us over to closer to her boat?
Sure.
All right. So we're like side by side now?
Mhm.
All right. So I take Briddick's body and I throw it into her boat.
Okay.
And I take his fingers and I shove them in the holes. Like he's out. He doesn't know. And so I plug the holes with whatever fingers he has available.
So you now see Briddick's feet over one edge of the boat while his hand is shoved into this hole. You get about 2 or 3 of his fingers to clog the hole. And Ruki, you notice that the leak has stopped. Water has stopped coming into the boat. As Briddick lays there, just
I was like,
silent.
good enough. Good
All right.
enough.
He's kind of heavy, so are you okay on your own? I'm going to go back, keep rowing on the other boat.
Yeah, I should be fine.
Okay. And I step back over to the other boat.
All right,
Not
and Hyacinth, roll me a survival.
I'm just kind of watching all this happen.
21.
All right, Archimedes, roll me a strength.
So many rolls. Strength. So... That's 16.
Nice.
All right, and Ruki, roll me a survival and a strength.
Okay. Survival. 14. Strength. Strength.
Nice.
15.
Ooh, what was your strength, Jack?
Mine was 16.
All right. So, Hyacinth, you are able to guide Archimedes as he is back on the ship now and rowing vigorously. Archimedes, you're rowing with such strength that you again pull out in front of your captain, but Hyacinth is able to navigate you in such a way that you are missing many of these stones that are jutting out of the water. And Ruki, you are trying to keep up with the rest of your crew that's passing you, but also you're able to navigate these waters a little easier.
Okay.
So Archimedes, you can see that you're probably about a minute away from being able to get onto the shore. You don't see, you've kind of cleared this field of stone.
Cool.
And the water's about maybe 6 feet deep right now. And Ruki, you are right behind him, and you essentially come up and you kind of nudge and bump into his the back of Archimedes and Hyacinth's dinghy.
Okay. I say, do you think it might be beneficial if we tie our boats together?
Yeah, I've got an idea. Do you have any rope?
Do we have any rope in the boat? It's pretty normal, right?
Well, Archimedes probably does, as he drug Xavier or Briddick out of the. But both dinghies would have rope.
Okay.
So I say, I go, oh yeah, okay. So I tie it like from within the boat. I tie it to the front of our boat, and I kind of reach over the other side, and I tie. Like I imagine they're close together now.
Mm-hmm.
So I tie one end over to Ruki's boat. I go, hey, check this out, and then I just jump out and I stand on the water, and I just grab the rope and start pulling it in.
As he goes to jump out, I just go, no. It's too late.
And I said, whoa, where'd you get those?
But I can walk on the water because my fancy
But you
boots.
shouldn't disrupt the water.
Well, that's.
So they're fancy tricks.
And I just take the rope in between the two of them. I start walking towards the beach.
All right.
And I'm like hyper aware of anything that might be like irritated by him doing this.
Mostly her.
No, I mean we're already intruding on some of the land that we're unaware of, and you're just jumping out of boats with fancy shoes. You're just asking to be mugged.
They're really cool shoes,
Not
though.
mugged. What are you like? Attacked? Like bringing on forces that you don't understand.
I mean,
You have no respect.
the shoes are really. All right, so I'm pulling us towards the shore.
Mm-hmm. And you get up to the shore. Ruki, you are now. You can easily get off this boat and get onto land. Archimedes, you no longer need your boots of water walking, and Hyacinth, you don't sense anything that is disturbed by Archimedes' actions.
As I get off the boat onto land, I turn to the ocean and just like say a little thanks for like the safe return.
Someone has donated $10 anonymously to Extra Life. Thank you very
Awesome,
much.
thank you guys. And so what you all see now is a jungle before you. But what's interesting is you see at the edge of this jungle pikes that are stuck into the ground, and you see skulls on top of each of these pikes. But it's not just humanoid skulls. You see skulls of all different kinds of monstrosities on these pikes. And you see a clear path that leads into the jungle, but you see these pikes with skulls on them as they lead into this path.
I say to you, I think we've made it to the Isle of Dread.
I thought it was the Isle of Doom.
Checking my notes.
Better check the map. And that's where we're closed for the evening.
Hey,
You guys, I've missed playing with you guys so much.
that was a fun episode.
That was fun.
Water
Man,
skiing.
Good times.
Your water skiing was amazing.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm pretty happy that nat 20 couldn't have landed at a better time.
Right?
So perfect.
Real quick, if you're watching on my stream, it sounds like our friend Sugar Pine 7 won Show of the Year for the streamies, so that's super kick-ass. So thank you
That's
everyone who
rad.
let us know. So thank you very much.
It was really, really cool. They're funny,
They're
funny
amazing.
people.
They are hilarious, and they absolutely deserve that. So that's super awesome.
That's rad.
Eric, I want to show you something. You may have seen it already, but I want to show you something.
I just want to point out that they've only been around for what, like 3 months?
Watch out! Oh, Goosey's there.
Goose, look at
Goosey.
maybe longer, maybe 6 months.
Okay, I want to show them
Goose,
that.
look at, I know, I'm
Eric,
trying to get out of the way. Goose,
I like your shirt
Excuse me.
you have on right now.
I have a oh, shut up! Did you finish
you
it?
Didn't do it.
Did you finish
do
it? Oh! I am coming down. When this is happening, just let me know. I'm coming down, and I want to build this thing. Oh my
That's
god,
amazing.
that is so rad.
So I have 2 of these.
What?
Well, because when we so the whole idea was, oh god, it's so heavy. The
It's supposed to have wheels on it.
We
That's
talked
huge,
about it at
dude.
PAX. I didn't know you were
Yeah.
actually gonna do it. That's awesome.
so the the wardens. I basically said like I can't spend this kind of money on a Lego set, but if you guys raise enough money to get one, sure, I'll buy one and then I'll build it on a stream. Like I'll go nonstop, build the entire thing on a stream.
Yeah.
Or maybe multiple streams. And then I set a goal, and I was like, maybe over a couple days we'll hit it.
Yeah.
Within 14 minutes, we hit the goal, and then I was like, okay, well, if we double it, if we hit it twice, I'll buy another one and then give it away. Like I'll literally give it to someone watching the stream at some point, like
That's
whenever
awesome.
we do the big stream.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then they hit that about I think an hour later. We
That's
ended up
rad.
hitting it 4 times. So we bought 2 Lego Millennium Falcons and a crap load of Lego sets.
You got Sherry up at what, like 7 in the morning or
Well,
6:30?
When it first came out, we woke up, we got to the mall like right when it opened, and we were 14th and 15th in line, and they only had 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then a week and a half later, they got more in. So I was like, I am not screwing around. So we woke up at 6:30 in the morning, got to the mall before the stores opened. We got there at 8 a.m. when the doors opened, and we were 4th and 5th in line. And so
That's
they got
amazing.
10. So we got 2 of them. So
That's rad.
That's
Anyway.
so cool.
Oh, I want to build that so bad.
I
That's
know.
so cool.
So
amazing.
it's gonna be, but the
so long.
yeah, it took a long time to get, but it's gonna. I mean, I've seen a solo builder build it in 27 hours.
Damn.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking, not the problem, but the thing is, so this weekend we're going to Vegas, which is
yeah.
awesome. So I can't do it this weekend. The weekend after that, we're actually going to a football game on Saturday, but I might wake up like super early and start at like 8 in the morning, build until we go to the game,
Yeah.
come back from the game and keep building until I pass out. Wake up Sunday as early as I can, build until I pass out, and then like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday until we finish it. So,
That's so cool. That's
That's
rad.
amazing.
man, that's super cool.
That's
So,
so
yeah, anyway, so
cool.
it's very, very exciting. I'm very pumped for it. Have you seen
Yeah.
it in person?
No, I haven't seen one yet. I haven't gone
you-
to the mall to check it out.
How big are they when they're actually built?
It's
A couple feet, like
I
a
wanna
foot and a
say it's
half.
like 4 feet by about 2.5
Damn,
feet.
I didn't realize it was that big. That's
Oh, it's
nuts.
huge.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna have to arrange the room in such a way that like I'm gonna have like multiple build tables. I'm gonna have a
Right.
table like, for the actual build, and then a table for like my
All the
milling
part,
and build
yeah.
and stuff.
That's so cool.
So I'm gonna work on some layouts and stuff. So if there's any artists in the chat right now who want to help me design some Lego Millennium Falcon like drops somehow, maybe we can do that. We'll figure out something.
That's
So,
so cool.
That's
Oh man,
rad.
I'm so excited for you.
so we're very, very excited for that. I'm super excited for it. Katie's gonna be like, well, I'm gonna lose Jack for 5 days while he builds this thing. So
That's
I
super
love a little
cool.
bit.
especially like when we do knolling is when you separate everything out into like
Yeah.
pieces. Like that kind of stuff is super helpful. So
God,
I
I feel
love that kind of
it would be a pain in the neck, but I feel like doing it, like moving the streaming equipment down onto your kitchen table, would make it so much more easier because you have all of the other countertop space too.
Well, I have a smaller table
Mm-hmm.
that I can fit in here, and then I have another like actual like small kitchen table. in the
Oh,
garage
rad,
now,
okay.
Which I might bring up as well.
Yeah,
But I think I might build the thing on the small table and then put all the pieces on the larger table.
yeah, and just
And
like
then
snap it
basically-
together.
Yeah, select like whatever pieces in that part, and then move them to the other table, build it there, and then put it on.
Oh, that's
That's
super
a good
rad.
idea.
Yeah.
I kind of have a process in my head of how it would work, but I don't know. We'll see.
What's the total piece count for that? It's like
7,500.
damn, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That
Also
sounds
figure
amazing.
out how to display it, and we're not sure if it'll fit in like a shelf, or if we even want to put it in a shelf.
No, it gets its own parking spot in the garage.
I'm
Right.
kidding.
I think that we should suspend it, but the problem with suspending it is because it's Lego and they're just bricks that click into each other and they're not like adhered. I'm wondering if we should be weaving whatever the thread that we use to suspend it into the construction as we build it to give it like extra, or if I don't know. I'm not sure how we're gonna support it.
We'll figure out some way.
Yeah.
We'll figure
It's heavy. It's so heavy.
It's
Yeah.
so-
Like,
there's got to be a way to support it.
Well, yeah. So initially, with the first boxes, they actually came with like a handle and wheels to roll around.
It's so heavy.
But then they
That's
had
rad.
so we had this carry ours. We actually went to a loading dock and they loaded it into the back of the car. So,
That's nuts. That's so cool.
yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
freaking awesome, man.
Rad. Cool.
That's so
Well,
great.
thank you guys for hanging out. And,
Yeah, this was fun.
So I guess
Yeah.
next week we won't have not Eric, Rick as well. Is he doing a honeymoon?
I don't know. That's a good question. That's a very good.
We should text them a bunch tomorrow.
Yeah, just be like,
Yeah.
man, you blew it.
Yeah.
He
what's going on?
died.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah, the whole body's dead.
Can he have one of his
TPK.
fingers be broken when he wakes up?
Okay, well, what?
Can one of his fingers be broken?
Oh, absolutely. Like bent backwards or something,
Yeah,
right? Like,
shove it into the hole.
And we just
Well,
didn't
he's
notice
got-
the entire time.
yeah. Like three of his fingers went in, and then one like got stuck out, and just broke back. Oh,
Actually,
wretched.
a honeymoon filled with just D&D sounds like a pretty fantastic honeymoon.
It's
There
true.
you go. And so
Anyway, next week you guys will have to tell me everything that's been going on with you guys because I haven't talked to you guys in like a month. And
this weekend, Eric and I are going to Vegas. Vegas.
are you?
Vegas, yeah.
Where the fuck was my invite?
I know where was mine. I don't even know.
We've talked about this. Alyssa, you don't watch college football, do you? Or football in general?
I watched a game 2 weekends ago.
So the answer is
That
no.
counts.
You don't watch.
That counts.
Because I was in the band in high school and watched
There you
some of the football games because I had to play in the stands.
I didn't realize how it's kind of a weird, not sad story, but like how attacky people get about sports and women, right? Not you. You weren't being like that.
Yeah, why are
But
you guys attacking us? I'm sorry.
No,
I
I,
didn't-
remember
I
I
think-
was like I must have been 12 or 13, and my Chinese teacher, as in like my teacher who taught Chinese, was like.
Who's
I was
attacking
like,
who
well, yeah,
now?
I love soccer. I'm a huge soccer fan. I go for Liverpool, and he was like, well. I was like, oh, I love soccer too, because I grew up in a family where they all play. Like my whole life, I've been going to soccer games every Sunday up until I was like 20, and so I was like, I love soccer, and he's like, well, oh really? Who's your favorite team? And I was like, Manchester United, and he goes, oh yeah, and who's your favorite player? And I was like, David Beckham, because at that point, David Beckham was the shit, you know,
Right.
like he was.
Yeah.
It was right foot, left foot, all his feet. They were just
Yeah.
everything. It was a Love Actually, terrible Love Actually.
Yeah,
joke.
no, I totally got that. I was like, I get that.
But anyway, and I remember him going, "Oh, you're just saying that because you've seen him on the news," and it's like, no, I
No,
didn't
that's
realize
actually-
it until recently. But anyway, I never realized like how weird and specific people get about like you don't love it. Tell me 5 things about this thing. To
I
prove
get that
it.
about video games a lot.
Yeah.
Like when I'm afraid to walk into game stores and ask for a game because I've gotten a lot of shit about like, well, do you actually even play this game? Like, do you actually know anything about this game? Kind of sort of who are you buying this for your boyfriend? Kind of sort of.
Oh.
sort of
Wow,
thing.
that's ridiculous.
Or like if anyone brings up a game and you talk about what your favorite game is, and they're like, "All right, so you like this? So do you know anything about this? Let me quiz you on this game." And it's just unnecessary. I don't know if you get that at all, Katie, but
No, so it's funny because I never like paid. I guess it's probably happened to me lots, but I never paid attention to it until I was getting my American driver's license. And this it was a younger guy, probably in his like very early 30s, maybe late 20s, was my my auditor or whatever it is, the person that like sits in the car with you and tells you what to do and marks you off.
Yep.
And I was so nervous, and I was driving my car, and which I was probably driving illegally for a very long time. But I was taking my driver's license test, and he gets in and he says, "Oh, is this your boyfriend's car?" And I was like, my boyfriend? No, it's my car. And he goes, "Oh, you just have a red versus blue sticker, and I, just assumed that it was your boyfriend's car." And I was like, "Nope, I like red versus blue and Rooster Teeth too." And he was like, "Oh, okay. Well, after this point, we're actually not allowed to communicate with each other anymore, so we just can't talk." And I was like, "Oh, because you're embarrassed?" But he's
That's
just like, "Is this
amazing.
your boyfriend's car?" "Oh, I just assumed that it was your boyfriend's because it has a red versus blue sticker on it." It's like,
It's like Katie's a character in Ruby, and it's just like
Yeah.
dude.
I just kind of like almost felt bad for him because he's like, yeah, we can't talk anymore. It's not allowed. We're not allowed to
Yeah,
have a conversation anymore. I was like, okay.
that's ridiculous.
Whatever.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
So anyway, we're
Man,
going
am I right? I'm just joking.
But the whole idea was I just wanted to go to Vegas. Like I wanted to go to Vegas without Katie, not because I don't love her or I want to get into any crazy shenanigans. But
I hate Vegas.
well, Katie also hates Vegas. But I wanted to go to Vegas and just go to a sports book at like 10 a.m. and watch football for 12 hours straight, and then
Yeah.
do it again on Sunday and
That's
watch
totally
it like
fair.
8 hours straight. And it's like, so I'd feel super guilty if Katie was there, and I'd be
Yeah.
like, I'm watching football. That's all I'm gonna do in Vegas.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
guys, if you want to come, we're just going to be sitting in a bar watching football.
It's the
I
comedy
mean, you're more than
jungle
welcome. Yeah.
I'll be there tomorrow
Yeah.
before you guys get there.
Like, oh, you guys are here? Tell me 3 of your favorite slot machines.
Yeah. What do you know about craps? Tell me about those 6s and 8s. What's the pass line? Do you even know?
We're gonna play some craps.
Oh
We're gonna
shit,
play some
yeah. I'm
craps.
playing craps all
Like,
weekend.
I love
Well, that
craps.
sounds
Yeah.
like fun. I hope you guys have a blast. That sounds
This should
awesome.
be good times.
It should be quite interesting.
And then you guys will have to come out to Seattle soon.
No, well, Katie
I
hates
actually
Seattle
really
too,
like
so.
I've decided to give Seattle another shot.
So we're gonna go at some point. And also, Eric, we gotta go get a steak dinner at one point too, because
Yeah.
the place
man.
I recommend every time, I said like I recommended it to somebody, and they went, and they were like, "That was amazing." They tagged in the Twitter post, and then then the place responded, and I was like, "So what you're saying is next time in Vegas, drinks are on you?" And they go, "Yeah, come on by." And I'm like, "Gotcha." So
We're getting
we-
steaks.
$20 drinks.
Yeah,
So
the place is delicious. I go every time I go. It's amazing.
obscenely
But
priced.
yeah,
That's right.
So-
Sounds amazing. Well,
like,
take a
I-
lot of
yeah,
pictures. Put them in our chat. Spam us with pictures, please.
I'm debating. Should I bring my suit and like have like one
Yes.
night?
You should always bring the suit in case
Okay.
you want to wear the suit. It's rather you bring it and don't wear it than not bring it and want to wear it.
Eric,
Agreed.
I'll bring
my
a
buddy
suit.
Joel and I, we have a rule when we go to Vegas that if one of us makes $5,000 in profit,
Mm-hmm.
which no one's gotten near that, but if you walk away up $5,000,
Mhm.
we go get tailored suits in Vegas.
I'm cool with that.
So yeah,
I've had many a bespoke suit made, and I wouldn't mind another.
okay.
Not that I don't have any reason to wear them anymore. It's funny.
I mean, like a suit like that wouldn't be $5,000. We're not
No.
going to Giorgio Armani or anything like that. But
You-
if we hit that point, it's like we're going to spend some money on a
You
nice.
you can get them done for $1,500 or $2,000 a piece.
Yeah. So-
Sure, Joe.
Anyway, so yeah.
Sorry, was that douchey of me to say that? Was I super douche at that point?
No, it's nice.
I mean,
Good
I mean,
suit.
I could show, like, I had to do a count. Like, I went through my closet the other day, and I'm like, oh, I have 4 tuxedos, 1 set of tails, and a morning coat. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe that to somebody.
That's amazing.
He's following your lead.
Yeah.
I have one suit. I literally have. Well, I have one like jacket and suit outfit
Listen,
that
Eric.
I bought for Day of Doom actually.
I
The video
don't know.
game thing.
I don't know how into brands you are, but Jack's suit is from Men's Warehouse.
Ooh.
The better you.
There,
Take that with a grain of salt.
I'll tell you a story. So I hosted this thing in California with my boy Tyler Coe, who's
Mhm.
one of my favorite people ever.
Boy.
And it was this thing called Day of Doom,
Mhm.
which is basically us commentating. Like him and I were hosting the show, and it was a bunch of football players and pro athletes, and then YouTubers. So like Rob Gronkowski was there, Antonio Brown, Thierry Henry, who's like a footballer, who's like a soccer player, who's like crazy popular. He has like
Statue of himself now, right?
he's a statue anyway. So it was like all these like really famous people, and I was like, hey, we should get like if we're hosting, we should be wearing suits.
Mhm.
Like we can go rent some suits and you know it'll be nice. So we'll look nicer when we're hosting this thing. And they're like, we don't really have the budget. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? And I had to like fight for it, and then ultimately they're like, okay, we'll go rent some suits. And I was like, all right. So we went to Men's Warehouse to rent some suits, and they're like, well, we have like 3 colors of suits you can rent. And I was like, well, you know, well, what about all these? Like, well, you can buy them. We
Yeah.
actually have a deal going on. It's like buy one get one free right now, and really buying one and getting one free is like $50 more than renting 2. So
Yeah,
we might as well-
exactly.
that's like, hell yeah! So we went and bought suits. So we got some nice suits. I got a nice, really dark blue, and Tyler got a nice like gray one.
That's great.
So that's like my go-to
Yeah,
video
that-
game hosting suit.
I love it. I love it.
So, but anyway,
That's
that's my
it.
only one I have right now. So
Well,
I
if-
can do another good suit.
Well, so that just means we got to make $5,000 playing craps.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this whole endeavor.
All right. Well,
You
I found a 10 times odd place down in like near Fremont,
Oh,
which is ridiculous. So
But you didn't win on it.
I didn't win on it, but I was only there for like maybe 30 minutes. So
But they were like it was kind of dodgy.
yeah.
I don't know.
there are some dodgy casinos in Vegas that you gotta.
I hate to do
I
this
think
to you
that
guys.
was
I have to go run and do the
Just say-
Nightfall
Oh, you.
Are you doing the Nightfall?
Yeah.
on Destiny. Yeah.
Xbox or PS4?
Yes.
Yeah. The answer is yes to that question.
I have 2 raid ready characters on both consoles.
Jesus, really?
Yeah.
Are you in a
I'm-
clan?
I'm in a clan on the Xbox One, and I think I'm gonna jump over to the work clan on PlayStation 4. But if you're in a clan, and what do you play on? What are you on?
Right now I'm on Xbox, but when PC comes out, I'm playing on PC.
I cannot
Okay,
wait for PC.
are you in a clan on Xbox?
Well, I'm on my work clan, but there is a Patillion clan that I'm gonna jump into for the PC, and apparently, like the guys have been crushing it there. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
So like
Okay.
I'm currently in the work clan, which I have to be in. But then actually now that we've done the raid, I might be able to jump. I don't know. We'll see.
You can actually be in multiple clans. You can only rep one at a time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that's an option. But regardless, have you done the raid yet?
Yes.
Why do you say it like that?
Well, because we're releasing it, I think this week, the video.
Okay.
Yeah. People know. Yeah, we did the raid, and it
Okay.
we did 4 parts of it, and got a little bit. We almost shut Achievement Hunter down. Is all. I'll say.
Yeah. Yeah, you got a
We're
little salty.
towards each other.
Oh, that's too bad.
So,
Well,
yeah.
either way, if you ever want to get through the raid, we finished the raid in like 2.5-3 hours or so on Friday night, and so like I think our team has it down, like we have it down. But
Nice.
if you ever want to just hop in and play with us, feel free.
Okay, so
All right. Well, I'm kind of waiting for the PC version to come out, but unfortunately, the PC version comes out 2 days before Assassin's Creed comes out, and I'm going to be playing that. So, like, pretty much when Assassin's Creed comes out, I'm just going to play that single player on my stream and beat the game on the PC. And then
Yeah.
when that's done, then I'll probably jump into
And
PC.
then jump ship. Okay, that's fair.
Guys,
That's fair. Okay,
quick
well, I'll be on
question.
PC too.
So prior to us starting the stream, our mutual friend Lewis and I were discussing what faction we should go with, and we both don't know. So is it New Monarch or New Monarchy, Dead Orbit? What
Okay.
what are the thoughts?
Future
I would say
War
Future War Cult or Dead Orbit. Would be mine,
Yeah, it's just so New Monarchy looks really cool aesthetically on the Hunter, but the Titan looks like shit. But what is it? Future War Cult has really good weapons apparently, and Dead Orbit is just a rat as fuck. Sorry.
Look at Katie not knowing what's happening right now. This is like me talking about football around Katie too.
My 3 favorite characters are Mercy.
You almost got one by accident.
Oh man. I'm so sorry.
No, I mean Halo. I was there for Halo, just not Destiny came like the next biggest multiplayer
I mean,
thing.
Bungie did Halo, now they're doing Destiny. So.
That's
Yeah.
the next like biggest multiplayer, gonna be going for years to come thing, and I'm just not a part of it.
Someone pointed out you could just do 3 characters in all 3 factions. Just do one per
I know.
faction.
I just don't like having multiple characters. I feel
You
like
have
I'm
2
cheating on my
raid
other
ready.
character.
You have 4 raid ready characters.
Yeah.
I
Like,
know. No, I mean like I have them on different consoles. I
you
have
want
I have
three.
one per console. But
And you said you're Hunter?
yeah, I'm
Okay, I'm Warlock.
you're
Yeah,
a
I'm a
Warlock.
Titan.
Warlock's- Yeah, you're a
I love
Titan.
Warlock, man.
I love Mercy, Hunter, and Warlock. Did I
He's
get
so versatile.
nailed it.
Close enough.
Anyway,
Sorry.
I'll have to add you on Xbox and we'll play sometime.
Okay, I'm Jack
Sorry,
P
Katie.
on Xbox. So
What are you?
Jack P.
Oh, that's easy.
Super easy.
Thank God.
I'm not gonna say it online.
Yeah, like I
Text me
literally.
because I get a lot of requests.
Sorry,
Look
Eric.
at me.
No.
Sorry.
No, I always feel ashamed that like I'm just EJ Benson on PS4 because everybody else has a handle, and I'm just like I just don't care. It's
Yeah.
just EJ Benson.
Yeah.
Ours are not secret.
No, so now you made me feel a little more comfortable about my plain EJ Benson.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mine's cool. I just don't want to say it.
No, it's good.
Well, I wanted to try to get Jack, and
Yeah.
the Jack Xbox account was dormant for the longest time, and I
Oh,
would
really?
constantly message you, be like, "I will pay you $100 for this account." And then one day, it went from being dormant for like 4 years to suddenly full with like Microsoft developer account.
Ah,
It
those
was
sons
like
of bitches. Yeah.
bastards. And so, anyway,
Ah,
Oh,
that's the
man.
worst.
so I have Jack P.
Mine is
Jack-
XOXO_Fury Huntress_XOX.
What are you, like 10?
Fury Huntress_69.
There you go.
Yeah. There you go. There it is.
Okay, I'm gonna leave you guys because I have to go do
All right.
this.
Yeah.
All right,
Well, we'll
thanks
be
for
back.
playing.
Eric,
All right.
I'll talk to you more about shenanigans that are going on, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you,
See you guys
guys.
later.
Bye, guys.
See you
Bye.
next
All right.
week.
Love you
Yeah,
guys.
love you. Bye.